Is there an easy way to earn money?
How can I build passive income?
Stock indices or real property assets.
What can you advise that I should start with do already so that I can be financially ready in my older years?
We'll help you understand all you need to know about your finances.
And even if your income is very small, if you have the right formula, you should be able to save.
Your bigger responsibility after saving some of your money is how to grow that money.
Pay yourself first. If you want to earn more, you've got to learn more.
So you have to invest in yourself, get the education, be with the right people. Very important.
Learn how you can retire wealthy. I'm Risa Singson Kaupeng. Join me every week here at Your Money Matters. Hello everybody, welcome to Your Money Matters. I'm your host, Risa Singson Kaupeng, and in this episode, we'll be hearing from industry experts Joen de las Peñas, Noel Arandilla, and Bart Borja, together with our very special guest, Rex Mendoza. All of us know Joen, Noel, and Bart as the big three of the International Marketing Group, or IMG. Rex Mendoza, however, is guesting on our show for the first time. You know, Rex is the president and CEO of Rampver Financials, the Philippines' biggest distributor of mutual funds. Excited ako because when we talk about money, hindi lang pera-pera yan. Ang dami kong mga tanong sa ating panel na to. So stick around at siguradong marami kayong matututunan, marami tayong matututunan to move our finances forward so that all of us can retire wealthy. Bakit magandang investment vehicle ang mutual funds? A. Kaya nito doblehin ang pera mo sa maikling panahon. B. Imposibleng malugi o mawala ang pera mo. C. Madaling mag-invest, diversified ang investment, at mga profesional ang namamahala ng pera mo. And the answer is C. Madaling mag-invest, diversified ang investment, at mga profesional ang namamahala ng pera mo. Okay, we're back. Hello, Joen, Noel, and Bart. I'm happy you're here. Kasi pag
Hello,
nandito
sister!
kayong tatlo, ang taas ng rating natin, ang taas ng viewership natin pag nandito kayong tatlo. Hi. And of course, welcome to Rex Mendoza of Rampver Financials. Hi, Rex.
Hello. Hi, Risa.
Hi, I will no longer mention the many huge companies, past and present, that you've been CEO, president, board of director, and whatnot, kasi mauubos ang oras natin sa credentials mo, Rex, ha? So, suffice it to say that, as I've mentioned, Rex is the CEO of Rampver Financials, and we're gonna jump right into our discussions and talk about safer than safe financial strategies. More than ever, itong pandemic na to has highlighted our need for having emergency funds, savings, investments, lalo na kung nawalan ka ng trabaho, lumiit ang sweldo mo, yung negosyo mo humina o todong nagsara na, di ba? So is there such a thing as a safe investment in the world of finances? Joen, you want to go first?
Well, everybody wants something that's safer than safe. Pero I guess the truth of the matter is talagang the most important thing siguro, and I'm sure Rex would also discuss this, and Bart and Noel, is really the risk management. No, you just have to really know the risk. Of course, there are products out there that what you call this, it can give you a guarantee. There's also products out there that will not give you a guarantee. But the most important thing is that whatever you do, you need to have the right knowledge. Financial education is really very important. The strategy is also very important. So as long as you continue to learn and understand, one of the things that I really learned from Rex many years back, and that this one changed my life, was understanding diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And that saved us through so many tough times, no? And of course, the earlier you save, the better for you. And so, daming things that you can really learn. And the most important thing is that you need to understand the risk, right? So what is the risk behind that particular investment? And then you can diversify. No, and it boils down to the priority in life that you want. Kasi when a person say, I want something that there's no risk, what do they really mean by that? Diba? Sometimes they don't also understand. There's always a risk in anything. In fact, when you walk in the street, there's a risk. Diba? When you go anywhere, may risk yan. But you need to understand what is it all about. So, in order for you to know all those things, kailangan maintindihan mo yung financial education, maintindihan mo yung different products, and then when you understand the different products, then you'll understand the word diversification. Something I learned, and something sometimes a lot of people don't understand so much when you talk about diversification. But I think the one that makes your product or shall we say safer than safe is how good are you in diversification. There's a product there that gives you a guarantee. There's a product there that gives you growth. There's a product there that will not give you a negative. But there's also a product there that will have protection. And there will also be products that have healthcare. So what is the priority in life that you want? I think yun ang pinaka-importante. Before going into any kind of investment, know yourself first. Know what you want. Because each person has different wants and different knowledge. No? So each person might have different also application on the things that they need.
Noel, Bart?
Yeah. Bali, investment, safer than safe. Meron naman, tama yung sinabi ni Joanne na you need education really. And yan, diversification, nasabi rin ni Joanne na may growth and very high risk, then manage growth but never go negative, guaranteed. Pero at least medyo maliit ang ang return. But very important, when you have investment, you need also to protect your investment. So aside from diversification and all those things, you have to know how to protect your investment. Number one, protect your investment with the emergency fund. Kasi like for example, you have an investment but wala kang emergency fund. Isang emergency, your investment will become your emergency fund. Like for example, during this pandemic, talagang super bagsak ang market, di ba? Meron kang investment, wala kang emergency fund, wala ka nang mabubunot. So, bunutin mo yung investment mo, super talo ka. And of course, utang din. You have to eliminate your debt. Eliminate paying off your debt is to protect your investment also. Kasi most of the time naman, mas malaking interest ng utang compared sa investment, di ba? So, your investment becomes useless or later on, mababawasan din ang investment natin. And life insurance, this will protect our family in case something will happen to you. And of course, healthcare. So two things, two purpose of healthcare. Number one is to protect ourselves, our family in case magkakasakit, may papanggamo tayo. And of course, healthcare can also protect your investment kasi possibly isang sakit, ubos yung investment natin. So talagang we have to think of building solid financial foundation. If you know how to do that, talagang safer than safe, pandemic-proof siya, recession-proof, and crisis-proof if you know how to do this thing.
Sis, nagsisimula ako nung bago ko pumasok sa financial services when I was still an employee of a multinational company, talagang I just go with the flow. Kumbaga, people I know, pero it didn't work out na talagang nung time na yan, during the 90s, a big bank na talagang masyadong maganda reputasyon, all of a sudden nag-collapse. So I guess hindi ako naging ano sa ano na yun, yung yung tiwala ko sa ano na yon. Kaya pero nag-change ng ng habit ko or ng pananaw ko sa financial services is when I got this become familiar with the financial education. And I guess yun na naging bottom line sa akin, talagang sa financial education talagang natutunan ko yung sinabi ni Joanne of diversification, sa yung talagang marami naman out there pala na talagang safer than safe. You just have to really know the risk, and talagang hindi natin basta-basta pwedeng pasukin ang isang hindi natin nalalaman at hindi natin alam kung ano goal natin. So but from there, sa financial education, doon ko rin talaga natutunan na ang rami palang streams na pwedeng pasukin, na alam ko na kaya kong ibigay yung what I want sa goals ko.
Rex, maraming natatakot na mag-invest kasi kagaya daw yan ng vaccine. Meron silang, may nababalitaan kang namatay dahil na-vaccinate, di ba? So may mga ibang minsan nakakarinig tayo ng mga tao na nag-invest tapos natalo na, imbis na lumaki yung pera, nawala pa. So, Joanne, Noel, and Bart were talking about the risks. So, kung gusto mo ng safe, di ba? We're talking about safer than safe investment. Hindi ba savings account na lang ang dapat paglagyan ng pera? Kasi yung savings account mo, hindi mawawala yung pera mo dun eh.
Well, ang totoo nun, Risa, pwede pa rin mawala yun. Dahil kahit anong bangko naman pwedeng magsara, di ba? So, I guess ang gusto ko sa nangyayari, talagang pagkausap mo si Joanne, si Bart at si Noel, talagang their views are very practical. Talagang years of experience yan. So dahil binigay na nila yung practical side, magpapaka-professor muna ako, Risa. I think that's my other background. I taught computational finance in graduate school. So sisimplihan ko naman na promise. Kasi laging ang labanan dito will always be risk and reward. Kaya ang ganda nung sinabi nilang tatlo na risk talaga yung pag-uusapan natin. Kasi when you want to be safe, you want to lower risk. Pero may kapalit yan. Ang kapalit niyan, hindi ka kikita. Kasi ang daling walang risk. Anong ibig sabihin ng walang risk? Di ilagay mo lagi sa sintron mo or sa katawan mo yung pera. Huwag mong pakakawalan. Lagi mo siyang hawak. Lagi mo siyang kasama. Pag natulog ka, nasa ilalim ng unan. Kung hindi naman siya makukuha ng asawa mo, di ba safe siya? Di ba? Pero hindi siya kikita. So, soon as you go up the ladder, kasi alam mo, may tinatawag na risk-return spectrum. Habang tumataas ang risk, tumataas din ang reward. So, pagpasok mo sa savings account, di ba? Safe pa din, pero microscopic naman ang kita mo. Di ba? Halos wala. Lalo na sa ngayon, di ba? Parang magkano na lang ang ibibigay ng bangko. So, you want to put your money in a place where it earns a little more, what happens? You let go of a little risk. Siyempre, tataas ng konti ang risk mo. So, from there, lalagay ka sa types of mutual funds na yan. Money market fund, fixed income fund na bond fund. Tapos mamaya, nasa balance ka na. Mamaya, nasa equity funds ka na. Mamaya, meron ka na talagang investment in equities. Tapos, and so on and so forth. Pakyat na pakyat hanggang, punta ka na sa kapa, pumunta ka na sa yung mga ganong placement na anong promise nila? 20% a month, 4% per week. Di ba? Sobrang ganda ng interest, pero sigurado yung risk mo could be above the roof as well. So, kailangan ng isang tao, measure niya yung risk na pinapasok niya, sigun dun sa gusto niyang kikitain. And there is what we call proactive line, yung tinatawag na parang marginal at saka comprehensive line where the risk and reward are matched. Kumuha ka na mas mataas na risk, mas mataas yung reward. Kasi may mga institution, may mga instrumento, wayward yung risk mo, sobrang taas, pero yung reward, konti lang. So, hindi siya sinatawag na para talagang optimal. May optimal curve na tinatawag. So, I guess, babalik ako dun sa sinabi nilang tatlo, talagang kailangan alam mo kung anong gusto mo mangyari. Why are you investing in the first place? Para saan? Kasi kung malalaman mo yon, ito, bibigyan kita ng example pag mag-i-invest ka, kunyari, para sa retirement mo, Matagal pa di ba? So kung matagal pa, pwede kang kumuha ng instrumento na ang payout matagal. Pero dahil matagal siya, bumababa yung risk mo dahil yung liquidity risk pwede mong i-give away. Hindi ka kailangan maging liquid dahil kahit magka-emergency, may iba kang paghuhugutan, hindi mo siya tatanggalin. So the liquidity risk is lowered. So ang importante, pag nag-diversify ka, minamatch mo yung pangangailangan at goals mo doon sa instrumentong itatapat mo. Kasi tingnan mo, pag nagkamali ka, nilagay natin sa stock. Okay? Pagkalagay mo sa stock, kailangan mo pala yan. Yan pala yung, ang objective pala ng pera, pantuition ng anak mo. Malapit na. Di ngayon, sabi nga ni Noel, kailangan mo siyang ibenta dahil ipantutuition mo na So the liquidity risk is very high. Malulugi ka or you run the risk of losing money. So ang importante sa lahat ng tao is not to completely avoid risk because if you avoid risk completely, you will never earn the right amount of money. However, hindi naman kailangan throw your cares to the window na lahat ng position mo risky. Kasi pag gano'n naman, sobrang taas ng kita mo, kuno, pero pag nawala yan, ubus ka, wipe out ka. So kailangan, risk-reward, kailangan may matching sa objectives. Yun ang optimal case sa bawat taong nag-i-invest. Dapat goals-based tayo, dapat sukat natin yung gusto nating risk. At the end of the day, kailangan meron ka ring tinatawag na protection coverage kasi kumbaga, yun ang safety net sa ilalim Kasi yun ang impact, yun nga ang inuuna sa IMG, di ba? Kasi baka may mangyari sa'yo, baka magkasakit ka, baka maging disabled ka. Yun ang mga tipong risk na wa-wipe out sa'yo at sa buong pamilya mo. So kailangan inuuna mo muna yung mga yun bago ka mag-isip ng mas malalaking kita.
I like this topic. Yung kailangan natin maintindihan yan risk. Kasi lalo na ngayon, yung mga bagay na hindi natin alam na risk pala, biglang all of a sudden lahat sila risk ngayon sa ating panahon dahil sa pandemya. So lalong dumami yung mga questions ko sa inyo, but we're gonna just break for a while. Mag-commercial break lang tayo. Tapos babalik tayo sa ating discussion dito sa Your Money Matters. Huwag kayong mawawala.
Makalaya sa utang.
Sa usaping pinansyal, magkaroon ng sapat na kaalaman.
Matutong mag-ipon.
Ang pinagpaguran.
Hindi masasayang.
Hindi mababaliwala.
Kahalagahan ng kinikita.
Para sa sarili.
Para sa pamilya.
Para sa mga mahal natin sa buhay.
Ako.
Kami.
Tayo.
Bahagi ako.
Join ako.
Kaya nating abutin ang 30 million Filipinos financially educated by the year 2030. Hashtag 30M 2030. Corina Sanchez Rojas, kasama ninyo sa isang makabuluhang misyon.
Someday, you will get older. Slower, grayer, but also wiser, calmer, and freer than ever. At Kaiser, we help you prepare for those years ahead, so you can keep doing what you love with the people that matter the most. Prepare for your future today. Kaiser International Health Group, the first name in healthcare.
Rex was talking about kailangan mo ma-match yung risk mo sa kung para saan mo kailangan yung pera mo hindi to masyadong nadidiscuss sa atin. I don't recall my dad ever telling me na kailangan mo i-match yung risk mo sa mga investments mo. But Joanne, meron bang age yan? Meron bang age range na parang okay? Kasi, di ba, parang we're talking about, sabi ni Rex kanina, kung malapit ka na mag-retire, ano yung malapit, di ba? Okay, so...
It's a perfect thing, I totally agree everything that Rex talked about kanina. You really need to know kung ano yung goal mo, no? And kailangan mo talagang i-match kung ano yung goal mo. Kasi when you matches, then that's where you can say that you understand exactly the risk what you do. And katulad ng age, yung pinag-usapan natin ng age, of course, when you're young, you have more time, you can be very, very aggressive. And I mean kahit sa Amerika, ganon, and then as you go towards retirement, then you change your position to a little bit more stable and less risk. So that is part of diversification, but understanding has to be very clear on what you do. Napag-usapan kanina when you say, Sister Risa, that lagay ko na lang sa bangko kasi walang risk. Actually, when you put in the bank, may risk kasi when the inflation is higher than the savings of the bank, then technically you're really actually losing money, no? And I think another thing that kailangan nating i-point out yung understanding ano yung mga available products. Kasi dati-dati the products is very, very limited. But now with what Rex talked about, there are multiple products out there. There's equity, there's a less risk, there's a higher risk. It really depends on your appetite. There are also products that I know that basically long time ago kasi when you want gusto mo lang talaga safety, ang alam mo lang talaga bangko lang. Pero ang dami nang pwede. Kung gusto mo lang ng growth, ang alam mo lang dati is just parang stock market lang ang alam mo, di ba? And you talk about insurance, parang protection, ang alam mo lang insurance lang, di ba? So nowadays there's even products that will already have the guarantee to be safe, but it will also have a product that it has a safety guarantee, but it can also grow. And at the same time, it can also have insurance and protection and healthcare lumped into it. How would you know about that? Of course, you need to understand diversification. Kailangan maalaman mo lang talaga kung ano yung gusto mo, no? And that's what I said kanina. I've for the many years that I've known Rex, talagang the most important thing is every time I listen to Rex, I learned something, di ba? May naintindihan ako, may nakikita ko, and then I apply. And honestly, my life changed. Simple things that you learn, like diversification, understanding the risk, and putting the money at the right time at the right place, will really, make you become wealthy. So you really need to really understand talaga yourself. And I guess yung pinaka importante is know how to diversify and know the new products out there that's available.
Okay, so Noel, let's say I'm a minimum wager or millennial na working at my first job. Wala akong alam sa savings and investing except maglagay maglagay ng pera sa wallet ko or sa bangko, what would you suggest for me? Saan ako dapat maglagay?
Okay, balikan natin yung sinabi ni Joanne at saka ni Rex, lalo na si Rex, nabanggit na Rex na before you start investing, you have to have your investment goal. Para saan ba yan? So, for example, meron sa investment instruments naman, meron tayong short term, may medium term, at saka may long term. So, meaning, yung mga short term, gagamitin mo short term, invest in short term instrument. Yung gagamitin mo naman medium term, like for example, 3 to 7 years, invest in medium term instrument. Pag long term, more than 7 years, invest in long term instrument. So, yun, sinabi to ni Rex palagi na yung pera mo, kailangan mo 10 years after pa or 3 years old yung anak mo, magka-college 15 years after. 15 years, bakit dito mo siya short term ilalagay? So correspondingly, kung saan short term goal, invest in short term instrument, long term goal, invest in long term instrument. So ngayon, yung mga nagsa-start talagang ano pa rin, talagang nandoon pa rin, titingnan natin kung how regular, gaano ka-regular yung kita. Kasi pag regular naman ang kita, talagang pwede, na mas malaki yung percentage, lalo na sa mga younger generation, mas malaking percentage nandoon sa long-term instrument. Pero pag hindi naman talagang regular ang kita, kahit young siya, ano pa rin, diversify pa rin dapat. So talagang depende yan sa investment goal. So number one, you have to know your goal. Number two is how much money you need to reach your investment goal and the time frame. Then start from there.
Bart, we're talking about mutual funds, nabanggit yung mutual funds, and then my stock market then. Are these standard things that you should have in your portfolio as you grow your, grow your finances?
Actually, sa IMG, yung tinuturo namin financial foundation, talagang ang mutual funds talagang kasama dyan. Well, of course, sa financial foundation, you really have to increase your cash flow in order for you to cope up with the expenses and yung mahahabol mo yung mga savings mo. Siyempre, kung nabanggit na nga nila ni Joy, ni Noel, tsaka ni Rex, na either short term or long term, talaga you have to determine ano bang gusto mong ma-attain in the future. Ngayon, kung short term yan, may mga short term, tapos kulang pa kita mo, then increasing your cash flow is really kailangan, and looking for an extra income, not aside from your earnings right now. So kailangan mag-increase ka. Then from there, you can diversify, and talagang mutual funds at ang ang mga stocks, talagang part yan ng Pero stocks, actually, we just leave it to the experts. Kami, we believe in mutual funds is part of it, and life insurance, and healthcare to protect yung life mo at yung health mo.
Okay, Rex, you are the Rampver is the biggest distributor of mutual funds in the Philippines. So, may iba-iba bang klaseng mutual funds? I know there are different companies that offer, pero ano ba yan? Apples and oranges and mangga ba yan when it comes to mutual funds?
Tama yan, sister. Talagang at times, sobrang dami kasing pagpipilian. In fact, that's the reason why it can become confusing because there are so many choices also. So, on one end of the spectrum, yung mga tinatawag nating fixed income, pang short term. Pwede rin short term So, instead of mag-time deposit ka, mag-money market fund ka. Kasi ang money market fund, pwede mo rin siyang withdrawin anytime, pang-match siya ng short-term needs mo, pero it earns higher than a time deposit or a savings deposit. Ako, ang very important, sinabi ni Joanne kanina, yung risk of losing money. Kasi akala natin safe nga yung bangko. Pero kung mali yung instrumento mo, araw-araw kang nalulugi. Kasi alam natin, ang inflation, kaka-announce lang. It has breached 3, It's almost 4%. Sabi nga nila dati, di ba? Pag kumain ka ng baboy, maa-alta presyon ka, maa-high blood ka. Ngayon, bibili ka pa lang ng baboy, high blood ka na diba? So, kailangan, yung short term. Now, as you can have a longer horizon, kunyari, malayo-layo pa naman yung goal mo, like let's say, intermediate, 3 to 5 years, pwede kang mag-bond fund. So, mas malaki ang kita niyan sa money market fund, pero fixed income pa din ang nilalaro ng fund manager. So, it's safer, it's less volatile. Then, pag medyo mas matagal na yung horizon mo, tapos mas may appetite ka for risk. Kasi importante din hindi lang yung horizon ang pinag-uusapan sa risk. Also your appetite. Kasi mahirap din, hindi mo bagay sa emotion mo. Ang daming tao, alam mo, sinabi to sa ang brother ko doktor Sabi, alam mo ba Rex, yung mga invest nyo na yan, eventually sa amin din ang punta ng pera. Dahil magkakasakit kayo sa ginagawa nyong yan Di ba? So, kailangan, di ba, alam mo yung appetite mo. So, kung hindi ka pang volatile investment, huwag mo na siyang pasukan. Kung hindi, may stress ka lang Diba? So, kailangan dito ka sa safer. Now, if you think you have a higher appetite for risk, so pwede ka na mag-balance fund. Longer term, higher appetite, balance fund. Now, pwede kang mag-full equity fund. So, yun, talagang medyo higher risk, tapos long term naman siya, pero yun ang mas maganda ang kita. Now, because we have a more vibrant, more ika nga, sophisticated market today. Nagkaroon pa ng permutations yan. Ibig sabihin, yung equity fund, dati equity fund lang, ngayon hindi. Meron ng equity fund, meron ng index fund, kinokopya lang yung index, meron ng tinatawag na growth and strategic fund, meron na rin tinatawag na alpha ng mga fund. So, habang gumaganon yun, tumataas din ang risk mo. Pero yung potential na kita mo, mas malaki. So, it's always a risk-reward spectrum that we're looking at. Sa dami ng pagpipilian. Tapos, Risa, ngayon, may mga dollar pa, may mga global pa. Ngayon, dati panahon ng mga parents natin, if you want to invest abroad, you have to have millions and millions of dollars. Ngayon, hindi na. You want to invest abroad, meron tayong multi-asset funds, meron tayong tinatawag na Global Voyager funds for as low as $1,000, $2,000. Di ba? Yung isa nga, peso pa. Peso ang ilalagay mo, pero ang underlying niya will be dollars. And you can invest in global technology, you can invest in gold, ang dami ng pwedeng pag-investan. So, minimum, ito yung signal, ito naman yung aking talagang message, Risa. The best investment na talagang walang lugi, the safest investment is an investment in yourself. So yun ang uunahin ko, education. And that's always what I praise itong sila Bart, sila Noel, sila Joanne. Kasi IMG is all about education eh. Kasi alam mo yung produkto, marami yan. Ang dami, nagkalat yan. Pero pag hindi mo naiintindihan, dun ka mawawala, dun ka maliligaw ng landas. So you have to invest in yourself, get the education, be with the right people. Very important yan, be with the right people para yung culture, yung attitude at behavior mo tama. Money is never technical, it is behavioral. So, pag tama yung education mo, tama yung crowd mo, mas madaling pumili ng safer investments or investments that match goals.
Okay, Rex, you mentioned a number of different kinds of funds, and let's say I'm 60 years old, and we're in this pandemic, which will last maybe another year, another 2 years. So, yung pera ko, saan ko dapat ilagay? I have to medyo take a lesser risk, di ba? Kasi medyo malapit na ako sa retirement. So anong masasuggest mo na parang meron bang range of risk na involved in the number of years na itatali?
Kaya kaya talagang importante rin na we put things in perspective because there are factors today that will make me change my recommendation. Alam mo to, kung regular lang to, like let's say 10 years ago, tinanong mo ako nung same question na yan, sasabihin ko safe na lang tayo dapat. Siguro money market na lang tayo, baka at most intermediate na bond fund. Yun ay noon. Ngayon, so many things have changed. You know, yung 60 is not old today. Yung 60 is not old. Kasi yung 60 natin ngayon is the old 40. Di ba? Ngayon, ang mga tao, they live as long as like 80 plus, 90 plus, and at 70, they're very active. So, bata pa yung 60 ngayon. Diba? Kasi mahirap din yung totally safe ka, tapos biglang humaba yung buhay mo, kakapusin din yung pera mo. So, you still have to grow, diba? So, ako, yun ang isang factor, no? You still have to have a component for growth. Number 2, nasa pandemic tayo Sister Risa. So, if we're in a pandemic, prices are so low. You have to take advantage of our situation. Kasi pag masyado kang nag-avoid ng risk, tapos, in 2 to 3 years, naglipara na yung value ng financial instruments dahil bumalik na naman tayo sa growth. Natapos na yung COVID. Kasi, alam naman natin yung mga ganitong crisis, matatapos at matatapos So, when that happens, lahat ng tao focus on growth, maglilipara niyan, maiiwan ka kasi naka-fixed income instrument ka lang. So, I would probably even say kahit 60 ka, let us balance of risk-reward pa rin. Let us put things in growth positions, pero have a good portion of it. Sabi nga ni Joanne, diversified ka pa rin to have a good portion of it, as Barton will say, meron ka ring pang short term para sa emergency funds mo. But all the other things, all things being equal, pwede kang mag-position for for growth talaga Lalo na nga, dahil sa IMG, nasagot na nila yung healthcare mo, nasagot na nila yung insurance mo. So kumbaga, yung downside mo, nakaayos na. And I always say this in many of my talks, take care of the downside, the upside will take care of itself. So ibig sabihin, naayos mo yung biggest risk sa buhay mo, then you can always look up and look at growth. So pwede pa din tayong mag-dial up. Now, pag sinabi nating dial up, pupunta ka dito sa equity side, pero pag siguro nga 75, 80, yan. Yan na yung old 60. Magda-dial down tayo sa risk, magiging fixed income na lang tayo.
Wow, so I should be, wala pa ako sa 60 Rex so I should be medyo, di ba, medyo pakawalan ko pa ng konti yung sa, on the side of risk. Joy, I always hear this from the three of you, na yung, dalawang problema sa buhay, yung isa masyadong mahaba yung buhay mo. Di ba? At wala ka ng
live too long or die too soon.
Yeah, you live too long, yeah. So, what do you teach your people now that, especially at a time like this?
Well, tama yun, no? Die too soon is a risk, but live too long is also a risk kung wala kang, kung maubusan ka ng pera. So it's really very important that you understand what you're gonna do, no? As what I guess it's really it boils down. It's really very very simple. As long as you know your goal and you just have the right appetite on doing that goal. Pag minsan kasi when we were discussing about goal, easier said than done eh. Akala natin madali ang gawin ang goal. But in reality, kailangan maintindihan mo talaga ano ba talaga yung goal mo sa buhay, 'di ba? So you really want to make sure of that. And I really appreciate when Rex talk about na ayusin mo yung downside kasi if ayusin mo yung downside, the rest will fix by itself, no? Yung mga emergency fund, yung mga insurance, yung mga healthcare are very important. But one of the things siguro that I can say na that can also lower the risk is time. No, as what if you really look at it, as what Rex and Noel and Bart and all of us really know is that through time things will change. Whatever is down will eventually go up through time. If you look at the past 100 years in the world, there's so many times that it went down, but all those times in this world that went down, eventually it went up. No, so the same thing. The key is that ang mahirap pa nga is kung hindi mo naabutan yung downtime, hindi mo rin maabutan yung uptime. So it's really very important. I think one of the things that we can teach is yung time. Is time on your side. And syempre, pag 80 years old the Rex, di ba? Time is not in your side. So you better make sure that kung wala ka pa sa 80, time is on your side. You better maximize. And do everything you can so that time is in your side, because one day time will not be on your side, time will be against you, and when time is against you, walang solusyon dyan. There's no solution.
Hindi natin pwede magbilang oras kahit gaano kadami tayong pera. So, we're just gonna break for a while and then we're gonna come back with a question from one of our viewers na sasagutin ng ating panelists sa pagbabalik ng Your Money Matters.
Love comes in many forms. But in times of trial and uncertainty, nothing spells love better than security, peace of mind, and hope for the future. For over 50 years, we have helped people express this four-letter word, so you can face life head-on and savor every moment it brings. Manila Banker's Life. The best way to show your love.
Kaiser Medical Center provides a wide array of diagnostic and medical care services, ranging from immediate quality medical care to consultation to individuals and companies all over the Philippines. And because we value your health, our ultimate goal is to be your partner in health and wellness. even long after your visit with us. Kaiser Medical Center is a diagnostic clinic equipped with highly committed and experienced professionals willing to provide you with excellent healthcare service, focused on health and wellness at all times. Our aim is to have a consistent, lifelong relationship with our patients by providing convenient and affordable quality medical care and consultation which is preventive and curative in a happy, safe, and friendly environment. Kaiser Medical Center, kaagapay mo sa kalusugan. Protect yourself and your family and be certain with your future with Fidelity Life. It has been a long-time dedicated partner of IMG that provides life insurance benefit exclusively to its members to meet their risk protection needs. In partnership with Everest Memorial Services, Fidelity Life is also providing its members with free access to 24/7 Memorial Concierge services. With the consent of the beneficiary, Fidelity Life shall apply the insurance benefit to cover the expenses for the memorial services of the deceased member. At Fidelity Life, the care of our members and their families is our first and most important business. Be life confident by protecting your loved ones and securing your future.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Borneo, currently employed for 16 years already. I am planning to invest for my future dahil nga hindi natin alam kung may work pa tayo bukas o hanggang saan tayo may work. So it's better na prepared po tayo para sa future natin. My question is, sapat na ba ang mutual funds for my retirement? And totoo nga ba na may mga investment na may growth at hindi nagne-negative? Just want to make sure para naman yung pinaghirapan natin ay somehow ma-reap natin for our future. Thank you.
Noel, you want to answer that? The question of Cheryl?
Yeah, specific yun, preparation, baka mawala ng trabaho kaagad, talagang investment facility ba na hindi nagdi-negative. Number one, talagang tama yung sinabi ni nang nag-question na anytime because of the situation right now, baka biglang mawala ng trabaho. That is why maganda yung sinabi ni Joanne at saka ni Rex kanina na invest in yourself. Dati kasi one source of income talagang kasya na. Ngayon, one source of income is not enough. Likewise, dati a parent could raise 12 children. Now, the 12 children cannot raise a parent. So, balikan natin yung income. One source of income is not enough. That is why, as early as possible, dapat gamitin natin yung spare time to have second source of income. And second, may investment ba talaga na hindi nagdi-negative? Alam nyo, that's one important thing about education. Changing world requires changing solutions. So nag-evolve din yung mga products that can adapt with change. That solutions for the present world, for the changing world. So may produkto nga hindi nagdi-negative. Talagang bundled sa long-term care and life insurance. Ang importante kasi sinabi ni Rex yung about risk, di ba? Titingnan natin yung risk. For example, magtitiknan muna tayo konti. Yung investment mo, nag-negative ng 50%, 100, negative 50%, magkano lang ang pera mo? 50 na lang, di ba? What if nag-positive siya ng 50%? Magkano kikitain ng 50 mo sa 50% is only 25. So 50 plus 25, 75, hindi siya bumalik. So, pero nakita natin, minus 50 plus 50, dapat bumalik, di ba? But hindi because of the effect of negative. So paano bumalik sa 100%? Yung minus 50%, paano siya babalik sa original amount of money mo? Kailan siya mag-break even? So 100, 50%, so minus 50, 50 na lang. So dapat mag 100% siya. So 50, 100% of 50 is 50 plus 50, 100%. So that is why it's very important to learn this kind of investment instrument na may floor siya, hindi siya magni-negative. So education is really very, very important.
So Bart, for having a portfolio, kung nasa mutual funds ka lang, okay na ba yon for retirement?
Para sa akin, ng mutual funds, hindi enough, ano? Well, kung titingnan natin, Cheryl, bata pa naman, ang productive years niya mahaba-haba pa. So I guess, una she has to take care is to place her money, yung mga retirement, yung makukuha niyang pera, to place it in nabanggit na ni Rex at ni Joanne kanina, yung kung saan na mga pwedeng avenues, ano? Pero mutual funds will not be enough. Talagang sa financial foundation namin, talagang you have to really take care of the life, you have to take care life insurance and healthcare. So yun ang kailangan natin kasi kung wala ka namang income tapos magkasakit ka, kailangan mo rin talagang merong pang magte-take care na health mo. And same thing if yung life insurance will take care of yung dying too soon. So pero yung mutual funds, yes, tama, pero hindi enough. So, kailangan natin i-diversify pa rin. And at the same time, yung productive years, mag-increase siya ng cash flow. Maghanap siya ng other sources of income to really fill in doon sa ma-sustain niya yung mga investments niya.
Okay, thank you, Rex. Any tips for Cheryl?
I want to say something. I guess yung nag-question sa atin, si Teresa, medyo, when you say sapat na, hindi rin naman natin, hindi niya sinabi magkano bang sinisave niya sa mutual fund. Kasi kung malaki naman talaga ang sinisave niya at meron pa siyang 16 years na pwedeng i-grow. Kasi sabi niya 16 years to work and another 16 years that she will continue to work. Pero as what you said, pag nawalan siya ng trabaho, may hinto yung pag-ipon niya sa mutual fund. And another thing siguro na I learned from Rex many years back was that ang problema, what if nagkasakit ka? So pag nagkasakit ka, kukunin mo na naman yung pera mo doon sa loob ng mutual fund. So bababa na naman, tapos things will happen. So again, yung sinabi ni Bart na tamang financial foundation, when you say sapat na on a perfect scenario. Pero if the scenario is mag-iisip ka rin pag nagkasakit ka or may nangyari sa'yo na unexpected, yung 16 years na, no one can say, di ba? As what you said, either we die too soon or live too long. Who knows about that? It's not a question of if, it's only a question of when. So, paano mo gagawin yon? So, you need to, it boils down to diversification, di ba? So, when you say sapat na, maybe it's sapat on a perfect life. Lalo na kung tama yung pag-iipon niya. But in a not perfect world, then what I say is that hindi siya sapat in a sense na marami pa siyang kailangang pag-iisipan. Pag-iisipan niya ang healthcare niya, pag-iisipan niya ang insurances niya, pag-iisipan niya yung utang niya. So, marami pa siyang dapat na pag-iisipan. But mutual fund definitely will play a very major role in life, no? In terms of growing your money well. Pero in terms of yun lang ba talaga ang kailangan mong gawin, ayun ang pinakamalaking mali mo kung hindi mo susundin yung proper financial foundation and diversification.
Rex, you wanna add anything?
Yeah, couldn't agree less. Ulitin ko yung sinabi ko kanina. Take care of the downside, the upside takes care of itself. Kasi yung sinabi ni Joanne, ni Bart at ni Noel, very important. You can get wiped out. Magkasakit ka lang. 'Di ba? Kahit sabihin mo malaki na yung pera mo sa mutual funds, magkasakit ka, wipe out ka. Kukunin mo lahat 'yon. So, balik ka na naman to square one. So, at least, cover all your bases so that whatever happens, kasi ang importante kasi sa financial planning, you have to be on one track no matter what happens eh. Hindi pwedeng isipin natin yung sinasabi ni Joanne na perfect world. Kasi alam nyo, never mangyayari yung perfect world eh. There will always be an emergency. There will always be one thing that goes wrong. When that happens, baka ma-wipe out ka or baka ma-dislodge ka from your track. So, always take care of the downside.
Okay, ang katanungan nyo ay maaring katanungan ng karamihan. Kaya padala nyo po kami ng mga video questions nyo dito sa yourmoneymatters.ph@gmail.com. So I wanna thank Joanne, Noel, and Bart for being here. And of course, Rex, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much, sister. Thank you so much,
sister.
Rex.
Thank you, Rex.
Thank you. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Yes.
It's
Thank you
fun.
so much.
Thank
It's
you.
been an enlightening program for me and for our viewers, I'm sure. And I hope the learning that you got today will be, translated into your life. Hindi pwedeng puro nasa isip lang, kailangan isabuhay so that we can all retire comfortably. One last word from Psalm 118, verse 8. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Habang tayo'y nag-i-invest at nagpapalago ng ating pera, alalahanin natin na to surrender everything to God and pray for His blessing. Kasi sa Kanya naman nagmula ang lahat na ito. So till our next episode, I'm Risa Singson Kaupeng. I'll see you again here at Your Money Matters.
We would like to thank our sponsors. Learn the secret to saving and building your future. Become your own financial educator through IMG, International Marketing Group, your total financial solution. May Kaiser para sa'yo, kahit maputi na ang buhok mo. Kaiser International Health Group, the first name in healthcare. Seguridad ng buhay at proteksyon para sa mga minamahal. Manila Bankers Life Insurance Corporation, the best way to show your love. Nangungunang kaagapay mo sa kalusugan. Kaiser Medical Center, your partner in health and wellness.